Live from the Mullen, Amherst, Massachusetts, Nesson presents a Hockey East Friday night. As the #1 ranked team in the nation, Boston University travels west to open up a home-and-home series against the University of Massachusetts Minutemen. Welcome to a banged-out arena, everyone. A great atmosphere for college hockey here tonight. Kieran Milan between the pipes for the BU Terriers, making his 24th straight start, the best winning percentage in the nation, third best goals against average in the country as well. Our starting goalies brought to you by Hess and Hess Express. On the other side, it'll be Paul Dayton between the pipes. 30 saves in a win against Boston University back in November. He's got 10 wins, 10 losses, and a tie on the season. Jack Parker, his 36th season, 804 wins, all at his alma mater, Boston University, going up against a man he knows very well, Don Toot Cahoon, the winningest coach here in UMass history now, a former associate coach at Boston University under Parker. This series has been owned by Boston University, only 8 losses to UMass in 54 meetings, but the last 7 times they've met, Massachusetts with a winning record, 3 wins, 2 losses, 2 ties. Jack Parker says Toot Cahoon always has this team ready to go up against his alma mater, Boston University.
Right off the bat, Coach Cahoon told us he'd like this matchup, the Watson line on Wilson, and he goes right to it.
Watson, his best defensive forward, will be matched up against the conference's top scorer, and that's Colin Wilson. He's got the puck over to Jason Lawrence. Lawrence back to Wilson in front. Beautiful little setup there, and we've got a penalty right out of the gate. The speed, the hustle of Boston University creating an opportunity now on the power play.
And here are our keys tonight for BU. As always, their defense are very active, jumping into play, creating offense, and their special teams have been terrific lately, and they're going to get a chance right now on the power play to prove that.
And it is the defenseman Justin Braun in the box for hooking. It'll be a power play opportunity for Boston University, not what the Minutemen want to see much of tonight. It is a very good BU power play, second best in the nation with 43 power play goals, as Yip tries to make it 44. They've scored on 23% of their power play opportunities. And early on here in the first minute of play, they are on the man advantage. Alex Berry, who had 2 goals against BU in that win back in November, gets the puck and clears it out.
Great job of puck pursuit there on the PK by UMass to chase down that puck in a great outlet.
Brandon Yip over center, fires it in hard. Dayton back behind the net, plays it away. Vinny Saponari getting control of Boston University. They set it up. Gilroy getting it back over to Saponari. Is behind the net with help from John McCarthy. Now it's Bonino with some space. Nick Bonino flipping it with the backhand. They get it over to Gilroy near side, blocked as it came through. It was Topher Bevis getting a piece of it, but it stays in the zone for BU. Redirected wide there. Yip on the left side, getting it back over to Gilroy. Gilroy looking, now up the middle. Dayton made the save. Gilroy just can't keep it in. 45 seconds left on the power play.
Excellent job there, trying to get in the shooting lanes, playing a diamond on that power play, and they're just enough getting in the shooting lanes. BU needs to get away from that, get some pucks through to the net.
Jack Parker changes up the power play here. Jason Lawrence comes out. Lawrence with the puck. 12 power play goals, tied for the most in the nation. But it is taken away by the captain, Corey Quirk of the Minutemen, and he carries into the offensive zone, fires it on net. Nice shot as Quirk was able to bring it all the way up the ice. You take what they give you, and they gave him an opportunity to fire a shot on Milan. As Wilson back the other way, up and down we go. Wilson getting it up top. Colby Cohen, the defenseman, fires it, ping-pongs around in the slot. Chopped away as Berry got it away to neutral ice.
Not a good shot by Cohen. On the power play, you don't want anything below the dot. Shots from the sideboards are not quality shots. Led easily to that clear for UMass.
UMass able to kill off that BU power play, the penalty kill. Toot Cahoon saying it's been good all year. It has been even better of late. They've now killed off 25 of the last 28 power plays they have faced. Back to even strength, a dangerous moment there for the Minutemen. Zach Cohen able to keep it in. On the half boards, knocked down by Berry, who digs it out to center ice. BU will dump back in as both sides change up on the fly. It is UMass taking it up on the left side. Big Matthew Irwin, the freshman defenseman out of Brentwood Bay, British Columbia, had it stripped away. Taken now by the freshman Chris Connolly for BU. Warsofsky got a low shot away. Danton able to get down there with the glove and make the save.
Here are our keys for UMass this evening. They have terrific team speed, as Coach Cahoon was telling us. They feel like they can attack BU with their big speed on the big ice surface. And also they need to really cycle well in the BU zone to occupy the BU defense so they can't be active into the offense. And their third and fourth back checkers have to be very good to control those defense jumping into play.
Off the draw, it's Douglas Coupland, medalist New York in the New York Apple Corps, all the way up on the left side. Shot came through, out around the near side. Trying to fire it home was Daniel Hobbs. Net had come off its mooring. We talked about the history between these two teams. And while the overall numbers do not bode well for UMass, just 8 wins against Boston University, you can see that they have beaten Boston University 3 times and tied once in their last 5 meetings here. Last 2 meetings, a 5-1 win back in November we told you about. Last March, BU was riding a 7-game unbeaten streak, and they were beaten 5-1 then too. So with 3 straight ties, you better believe Jack Parker has these Terriers fired up for this weekend series. Justin Braun out behind the net and then gets back over in front of the net to take it away. He will log upwards of 30 minutes a game as a defenseman who has really come into his own as a junior here. Puck out in front, battle for it there. Yip wins the battle and clears. Martin Nole, the junior out of Quebec City, a 2-time academic All-American. Gets it started in the defensive zone. Now the shot from Alex Perry. Save made Milan, and he holds on with lots of traffic in his crease. No score. 4 minutes, 22 seconds deep here at the Mullen Center. Hammers, take a look at UMass. Best chance yet.
Great play, Marcoux, buying time at the line, creating space. And the key to that play is Justin Braun, the big defenseman, activating, getting through to the middle to create space for that scoring chance for Barry. Great play all around them.
They made Braun an alternate captain a couple of weeks ago, just before the Northeastern game. Wound up winning the second game of that series. Northeastern, obviously, the #1 team in the conference, as we've talked about throughout the night so far here. And that was a big win for UMass, obviously. Then they had to battle last Friday, an overtime win against the University of Maine, sweeping it on Saturday, and now a 3-game winning streak coming into this home-and-home series. Tooth Cahoon saying his team was consistently inconsistent, and he has looked for that effort that they have seen at times. Cracking the top 20 early in the season with a 4-1-1 start, beating Michigan State and North Dakota at the start of the year. Jack Parker saying he really thought this team, this UMass team, would be ranked in the top 20 most of the year. Thought they'd have a great season, but that inconsistency leading to some losses. Now Tooth Cahoon thinks he's finding the right combination of players to get him back going in the right direction into the postseason.
And this is the time of year you want to find that consistency. Heading into the playoffs, and they need it right now.
Eric Greiba read that play well, stepped up, got it in front. Now a quick shot there from Pereira. Zach Cohen after it on the near boards, but UMass able to clear. Greiba went for the big check, just missing TJ Seiner. The freshman out of Springfield was able to avoid the bulk of that hit. We got a whistle as the net comes off the mooring at this time. Want to welcome all of our viewers north of the border watching Nesson's presentation of Hockey East Friday night on Rogers Sportsnet. We'll continue to bring you the Hockey East Game of the Week straight through the championship weekend on March 20th.
Catching him with his head down, Tyner. He'll not make that mistake again because he caught a good hip check right in the chest. Shook him up a little. I was talking to Coach Quinn about these games on Canadian TV. They're thrilled about it, as are all the coaches in Hockey East, because it's such a huge recruiting base now up in Canada, fighting against the Junior A to corral kids down here.
And no question about that. We talked a lot about that during the Bean Pod, bringing the Bean Pod into homes up in Canada. The 29th Bean Pod Championship for Jack Parker's Terriers. With that impressive win against Northeastern. 3 shorthanded goals. They've got 8 shorthanded goals on the season, but talking about the broadening footprint of Hockey East and the Bean Pot, and now millions of homes in Canada watching, as you said, broadening some options maybe for some young players who would normally just think about Junior A.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the key that the coaches down here just love that they're on up there, just to help with that recruiting, because it is so difficult going against Junior A teams up in Canada when there's no exposure of this league up there, and there hasn't been. And this is terrific for the league and for U.S. hockey.
You've got the top team in the country, Boston University, taking on UMass tonight. The Minutemen, coming into this game, have had success against the top teams in the country. Earlier this year in November, BU had just moved into the top spot in the rankings. It was just the second time in school history that UMass beat the #1 team in the land, trying to make it a third time tonight. This season, UMass, 5 wins, 2 losses, and a tie against teams ranked in the top 5. So they have been up to those big tests. Again, as we've been talking about, it's getting that consistent effort from the Minutemen has been the challenge for Cahoon and his staff.
You see right there, Gilroy activating again. BU tries to create so much offense from the defensemen. They were getting trapped, and they still jumped that D to make somewhat of a short odd man rush.
4 of the top 10 scoring defensemen in Hockey East playing for Boston University, and they are not afraid to jump up and join the rush when they see the opportunity, and they have the speed to get back after joining that offensive rush.
That's the key, getting back. One look in and swing out and get back in position.
Colby Cohen, you can see right there with Gilroy, tied for second most points amongst Hockey East defensemen. It'll be a face-off in the right wing circle. Corey Trevino, freshman out of Toronto, back in the lineup, out of the lineup in the last 3 games, as Jack Parker trying some different players in the mix. And he's back out there tonight with nearly 7 minutes gone here in the first period of a scoreless game. Icing the call there, they'll come back out. Actually, we'll see what the call is here as we get it sorted out. We tell you, and it's your chance to ask the expert your Hockey East questions, brought to you by Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. Visit NESN.com now and click on the Hockey East logo. Craig Janney answers a selected question during the second period of tonight's game. And a good question is, was it icing? Yes, it was icing. So it comes back into the UMass end. And now it'll be Trevino waved out. Last face-off down there, it was Lecomte for UMass, waved out of the circle. Connolly steps in, keeps it in deep. Trevino in on the forecheck as well. UMass now skating it out. Pass just in behind Martin Nolé. Nolé settling it down. Plays it over to the far side. And the pass ahead to Lecomte. Lecomte reels it in at the boards, flips it over to Marcoux. Marcoux steps back out at neutral ice now. James Marcoux 1 point behind Colin Wilson in the overall scoring race. 2 sophomores leading Hockey East in scoring. And a nice pass there from Marcoux. The puck out in front of the net. Not sure if it came all the way into Milan to get a piece of it, but now it's BU dodging the bullet. And Connolly just flips it into the zone at the end of the shift. Puck sent all the way back in. 7 minutes, 45 seconds gone here in period number 1. BU out shooting UMass 4-2 in the early going. Wilson gets after it, plays it down into the corner. Mason Lawrence, nice shift back behind the net, out in front, tried to find Wilson. The puck down there somewhere, batted away at the last minute by Topher Pevis. And UMass clears it over center. David Warsofsky gets it ahead. Lawrence, shifty here as he goes in. Wilson on the follow. Tries to get to the puck. Lawrence down in the corner now. Taken back around behind the net. Brent Watson will start up the ice. Watson all the way through neutral ice. Now trying to get after. Puck loose out in front of Kieran Milan. Taken back at center ice, and Westbecker puts on the brakes at his own blue line.
We're seeing a big matchup game so far, TC, in this. Coach Cahoon's trying to get that Watson line on Wilson the whole time. You can't get too caught up in that. You can lose some guys on the bench doing this. Hopefully it won't come back and bite him.
Back in November, he had different wingers with him, but that was his line's responsibility. And the Colin Wilson line was a combined -9 on the night. So clearly they liked that matchup then. They
It's great to get matchups. It's great to get matchups out of face-offs or whistles. That's the best time to get them on home ice. You got to watch out with the changes on the fly.
Here's Wellman, the top scorer, freshman in hockey. He scored! What a pass from Wellman. He was able to slide it across to TJ Signer, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Minutemen.
The play, great play up the Beard. Little bank pass out the boards to send in on the 2-on-1. Great pass across. And Milan just can't cover post to post. Beautiful goal. Beautiful 2-on-1. Picture perfect by UMass.
It'll be the 21st assist and 31st point of the year for Wellman. Top scoring freshman in Hockey East, 5th in the nation in rookie scoring.
A great pass by Saunders. It doesn't always have to be direct to be a great pass. He uses the boards as his friend there and sends in Wellman on that 2-on-1. Terrific play.
Wellman and Saunders getting the assists. We've talked about some of the changing personnel for Tuke Cahoon. Saunders, one of those guys now, who's finding himself in the lineup every night. Saunders has played 6 straight games now after sitting out 23 of the first 27 games this season. Tuke Cahoon says it's a great reward when a guy continues to work so hard in practice, even though he's not playing, and when given the opportunity, produces on the ice. And we saw him start that play there. Here's Warsofsky, fires it off the ankle as Daniel Hobbs blocked the shot, now skates off the ice after taking that one off the ankle. Trevino trying to send it back in. BU down 1-0 here, just beyond the midway point of the first period. James Marcoux with the puck. 3-on-2 as they break in. Marcoux sends it just wide. Tried to catch Milan, shifting back from left to right. Barry keeps it in the corner now. As Quirk sent it over there. Trevino getting it back for BU. Marcoux read it well. Tied up. Puck back to the point. Bevis keeps it in. Bouncing puck. In front, Marcoux almost came away with it. Taken by Warsofsky as he got it ahead just over the blue line to Vinny Saponara. 9 minutes remaining here in the first period. A 1-0 lead on TJ Signer's 6th goal of the season. Colin Wilson now. Couldn't get it free. Puck just out over the blue line now. Hustling in is Kane. Brian Kane going in. Slides it across. Bouncing puck as it was blocked. It's kept in from the right point.
A little unlucky there. Great little 2-on-1. Great feed. Little bouncing puck that cost him there. Excellent puck movement.
Watson gets after it, drops it back to the point. And it comes all the way around behind the net. Jordan Virtue back to Irwin. Now it's blocked. Higgins trying to go in at the end of a long shift. Will take it into the zone. Drops it for Gilroy. Gilroy tries to slide it across. Blocked and cleared out. But UMass will happily take the icing there. 1-0. Minutemen leading as Boston University battling for the equalizer.
Great play by Higgins at the end of a long shift, and there you have it. Gilroy, they're deactivating. Maybe should have fired that. Tries to go for the goal mouth top in. Great play by the D on that. Sometimes you got to get the pucks to the net. He tried to get a little fancy trying for the little pretty tap in, and it came back to bite him there. Great play though, taking away the pass by the UMass D.
Luke Popko stepping in to take the draw for BU on the right circle. Wins the draw, getting it back to Kevin Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk, alternate captain for Team USA at the World Juniors this year, the top scoring defenseman with a goal and 8 assists in that World Junior tournament. Matthew Irwin scored his first collegiate goal in the win against Boston University back in November. Puck blocked in the circle, and it'll be icing once again. 1-0 University of Massachusetts leading it, as it was the freshman getting involved in this one. TJ Signer gets the goal. The freshman out of Springfield, taking it from Wellman and the sophomore Saunders.
Just a great play. A great indirect pass by Saunders to spring them on that 2-on-1. And Wellman with a beautiful feed across ice. And Milan not able to go post to post on it. Beautiful goal.
A lot of guys waved out of the face-off circle early on tonight.
Itchy trigger finger, I think, TC
yeah.
right now.
Friday night of a big series. You got that adrenaline pumping in the first period. Irwin wins the battle on the boards and skates it out now over the blue line. Got it just up ahead, trying to get to Virtue. And in the other side comes McCarthy on net, stick the side by Dan. Loose puck in the corner, Bonino there. That one goes across the goal mouth. Langrap there for UMass. Langrap getting it up ahead along the boards, trying to get there is Daniel Hobb. Sent back out, UMass controls. Douglas Coughlan brings it up over center, sends it in as they will change up. And Eric Gryba pulls up behind his own net. 103rd career game for Eric Gryba, the junior out of Saskatoon. It's to Gilroy, who gives it up to Nick Bonino. Bonino had it knocked off the blocker, knocked down by Dan. Up on the near side, the puck sent in. They try to get Signer after it. Saunders assisted on Signer's goal. Steps up, it was knocked away by Gilroy. The defenseman got it started. Vinny Saponari trying to get it around Westbecker on the left side. John Westbecker out of Victoria, Minnesota, and the Blake School. Tried to bring it up along the wall. Broken up there. Saponari bringing it back in. Up top for Shattenkirk. Nifty little move there. Kevin Shattenkirk into the circle. Fires it just wide. Stays skating and gets after it on the other side. Shattenkirk trying to keep that puck alive along the boards. Now it's sent back in as Shattenkirk will take his position back at the top. Saponari behind the net. Shattenkirk up top. Colby Cohen, a one-timer. Gloved out of the air. And squeezing tight. Paul Denton holds on. His UMass Minutemen up 1-0 here in the first at the Mullen Center. Yes, Nessa Sports Desk is up next. We've got some hockey first, though. Just getting started here at the Mullen Center. SBLI, the no-nonsense life insurance company, wants to know who you think will win this year's Hockey East tournament. Visit SBLI.com/icepick to vote and register to win 2 great tickets to the Hockey East Championship games. 1-0, UMass leading BU early on here. 5:52 remaining in period number 1. It'll be an offensive zone draw for BU. BU out shooting UMass 8-4 and had some great opportunities. Give UMass credit, though, not many rebounds, not many second opportunities for BU tonight.
Not a lot of second opportunities and a lot of blocked shots as well. It could be a lot more on net. And a couple of misses. BU has thrown a lot at the net. Nothing getting by yet. And another thrown out on the face.
Both centers thrown out of that one. We had the UMass player first, then Colin Wilson for BU. Now Jordan Virtue. Laid it up ahead on the left side. They try to keep the momentum going, trying to get it to Brett Watson, but it was broken up, taken out the other way. Colin Wilson can't find it. Now he gets it through to Higgins. Higgins settling it down, tripped up as he's upended. Higgins back in the lineup, missed Saturday's game on Friday. The first game against Northeastern, the 2-2 tie, went in hard into the boards awkwardly. Missed Saturday's game, his hand injured, and now wearing a protective pad over that hand. We'll see how much that affects his ability to stick handle here tonight.
For a skilled player like Higgins, having something wrong with your hands is a big thing. It can be mentally effective as well.
At a penalty back here in front of the BU bench as Popko was upended. It'll be a slashing call. I believe it'll be Marku heading to the box. Tried to sneak off the ice, get over to the bench there before anybody noticed.
I think TC, he had to go get a new twig because he broke it in half. And whenever there's 2 pieces, it's a good sign it's a slashing penalty.
Well, it'll be the second power play of the game for Boston University, and UMass did a pretty good job killing off that first one. 3 shots on net, as you can see on that power play, but most of them from the perimeter as BU couldn't get much going in front of the net. Yep, got it through. Gilroy firing into a crowd. It was blocked. Gilroy able to keep it in on the far point. Pass intended for Yip. After Watson got a piece of it, Yip finally got it down low to Saponari, who plays it out in front. It comes through to Gilroy, finds Yip on the left. Yip shoveling it through. McCarthy was there, but just couldn't get the stick on it. Matt Gilroy, the only player in the nation on the All-American team each of the last 2 years, fires that one from the left circle. Saponari digs it out, gets it up top to Yip. Shot from the far side, save Danton, and he holds on.
I don't think they mind giving up those shots from the half-board side. Dayton's getting a good look at every one of them, squared up. If they're going to give anything to this powerful BU power play, that is what they're going to do. So far, it's been effective for UMass and their penalty killer.
See that initial shot coming from the near side. Gilroy. Saponari was able to keep the puck in the zone. They cycled it around for another shot. Winning the draw here. Shattenkirk fires it through. Save made Danton. The rebound kind of hopped up and over the crossbar. Wasn't sure where it was. Now BU controls still. 55 seconds to go on this power play. Colin Wilson for the Terriers. Giving it to Higgins behind the net. Wilson had it hop off his stick. Battling along that far board with Braun. Puck in front. Lawrence was there. Had plenty of room on the left side, but quickly on the one-timer fired it off and it went to the goalie.
It looked like his stick gave away on him there, and he wasn't able to put it where he wanted it. He threw it right back into the goaltender. Great little low 2-on-1 though by Higgins and Lawrence. Terrific play.
Cohen went off his stick, but Shattenkirk steps up, keeps it in now, takes it down low. Shattenkirk up top for Wilson, who went to the point. Now out behind the net, it's Higgins looking for Cohen. Cohen had his shot blocked. UMass has blocked a ton of shots here in the early going. We're back to even strength as Marcoux and Lawrence try to race to the puck, and it'll be a hand pass. As it wound up coming, we might have a penalty back behind the play. An interference call there. We'll tell you about it when we come back. Welcome back. A 1-0 lead. This is the interference call on Jason Lawrence right there.
Pretty ticky-tacky, but, you know, UMass has had two go against them. I guess it was time for BU to get one. It's amazing how the flow with the referees can go that way. They're almost looking for something to call against Boston University after giving them a couple chances on it.
And again, in the zero tolerance era, that is the type of thing they're trying to crack down on, the obstruction, the interference, and just that little slowing down of Jason Lawrence, basically stopping Marcoux's ability to get to the puck. Not a call you certainly would have seen a few years back, but a call you're seeing more and more now, and we're talking to coaches. Really, the only question is, will it consistently be called? If that's always the penalty, then so be it. But those are the ones that aren't necessarily called every game.
No, it really, it's a feel for what the refs, you know, their style of calling games. Some are real sticklers, other let the boys play.
Irwin from the left side taking it from Braun as this first power play gets set up in the offensive zone. Braun feeding it over to the left side. Wellman gives it to the front, then heads to the front. That was Milan stopping it from the side. And the puck comes up and out of play. It'll be outside the zone, or the faceoff coming outside the blue line. UMass has picked up the power play efficiency of late, just over 16% success on the season, but 6 for 19 over the last 4 games. That's better than 31% as they're now starting to get it going. You can see over the last 3, they've got 5 power play goals, and that is coinciding with their 3-game winning streak. The Northeastern win and 2 against Maine.
In this day of modern hockey, like you said, there's so many more penalties called, especially teams in every league, NHL, college, even minor hockey with your kids. There's so many more penalties called. The power play and penalty kill are so important.
Not on my kid per se, although
that's not what I've heard.
The 2-referee system obviously adding to the crackdown as well. More things being caught.
A lot of stuff behind the play that used to be gotten away with because no eyes were on it. There are eyes everywhere.
Eyes on the back of their heads, as they say. Alex Berry keeping it in with 10 seconds to go on the power play. Go for Bevis, firing it through. It goes wide. Shattenkirk behind the net. That will end the power play. Stolen here by Bevis. Scores! Even strength goal and a 2-0 lead for UMass.
Just a bad turnover. They do a great job of killing this, isolating it, but then they recover the puck and try and go up the middle. Turnover in the back of the net. Just a terrible giveaway there for Boston University. Not something Coach Quinn and Coach Parker would be thrilled with there.
It was right at the end of the penalty, and almost like they were looking for that player coming out of the box to get that long pass away to, and instead it was sort of a half clear. Yeah. And Bevis was able to just step into the play.
He didn't pick his head up and just kind of threw it up the wing there instead of going off the glass because it was the end of the power play. He goes up the middle, picked off, and an easy step in and shot.
Now you see Bevis, 2 of his 3 goals on the season have come over the 3-game winning streak, and along with tonight, the senior out of Harvard, Mass, who played for the Boston Junior Bruins. Last year with a goal and 3 points. This year now 11 points. Getting a little more involved in the offense. A 2-0 lead for the University of Massachusetts here in the first period against BU. 25 seconds remaining in the period, and again kept in the zone as UMass doesn't allow the Terriers to clear it out.
Great play by Nole there. Holding the blue line. Backing up but still having his stick in the offensive zone to poke that puck in and create that possession for UMass and the faceoff.
See Jordan Virtue there, the senior out of Walpole. And you see the play by Nole, able to keep it in.
A key in the last minute, the blue line play. In and out, and a great keep in. Now they can see what they can do with a faceoff with 17 left in the period.
Nole, the defenseman, a 5th-round draft pick of the Los Angeles Kings. Junior out of Quebec City and College of the Champlain up in Montreal. Just 10 seconds remaining. Barry takes it, slows it back down. Across to Braun. Final seconds winding down. UMass more than happy to let the seconds tick down and take that 2-0 lead into the dressing room. So a big crowd here at the Mullins Center likes what it has seen so far tonight. 20 minutes in the books and a 2-0 lead for the Minutemen. First intermission time. Let's go back to an SNHD television. Senator Bob Beers and Brendan Walsh. Guys, on the ice.
Well, it's a great measuring stick for any program, and especially for UMass, tackling the #1 team in the country, and doing so with a 2-0 lead as so far.
Can they build on it? That's the question. What do they say? Most dangerous lead in hockey is the 2-goal lead.
2-goal lead.
And that's what they've got right now. You know the Terriers are going to come out loaded for bear here. In the second period, BU in the road red uniform, skating left to right. UMass in the home whites, black and red trim, skating right to left. Good effort there by Kane, coming all the way up. And keeping control behind Colin Wilson, deep in the BU zone. Kane, one of those players starting to get more ice time. Had the overtime goal last Friday against the University of Maine. Hadn't played in 9 straight games coming into the month, but now playing in his 7th straight game. 2 goals in the last 6 games. You can see the Terriers have not come back from a 2-goal deficit yet this season. Of course, they haven't been down by 2 goals too many times, so this isn't exactly a common occurrence for BU.
No, 5 times is not a lot of times in a hockey season. That's the kind of shift I think you're going to want to see out of UMass, though. Great skating, get it down low, work the corners, occupy the BU defense, make them work in their own end.
And winning a face-off there. Bevis fires it through the save line, rebound, score! Michel Lecomte kept hacking at it, and he makes it a 3-0 lead for UMass.
Right off the draw, and the key to this, Lecomte getting the puck through, but Lecomte beating his man to the net and picking up the garbage there. Great draw, great shot, but the key, he beats Wilson to the front of the net to collect the rebound and hack it by Milan.
Bevis with a goal and an assist now in the game as Topher Bevis took that shot from the point. And it's a 3-0 lead. Needless to say, the Terriers haven't come back from a 3-goal deficit this season. In fact, 3 has been the lucky number for the University of Massachusetts. 14 wins, 3 losses when scoring 3 or more goals. They haven't won a game scoring fewer than 3 goals this season.
Face-off, the defensive zone face-off. Centerman cannot get beat by the centerman to the net. Your responsibility is picking up your own centerman against you. And there Wilson lost his man and it cost him.
You don't have to win the draw, you just cannot lose the draw. 3-0 lead. Bevis gets the only assist on the goal. It'll be Lecomte from Bevis. 55 seconds in. What's the other old hockey cliche? Goals in the final minute in the first period will kill you. Well, they scored one with 56 seconds left in the first period, and they scored 55 seconds in to the second period.
That's why most coaches are going bald if they're not already bald, because those goals in minutes like that are killers.
Being told they are crediting the goal to Hobbs. He was in there banging for it as well, so we'll take another look when we get a chance. Right now, the bottom line is a 3-goal lead for the Minutemen. They'll give it to anybody. They don't care as long as it sticks up on the scoreboard.
The key is the outwork. That's just desire, wanting to get to that rebound and beat your man to the net. It's one-on-one battles, and so far UMass is winning.
Dayton way out to play the puck in traffic here. Gets it off the far boards to Alex Berry. Berry fires it in wide. BU tries to transition that to an offensive opportunity. It is Joe Pereira getting after it in the corner. Ron battling with him behind the net. Sean Saunders plays it away to the far side. Saunders assisting on the first goal tonight. Save there for Dayton. And Gilroy at center ice. Stops the puck. Wellman surrounded by red jerseys, but able to get it to Saunders, and now Wellman gets in after it. Wellman, last man standing there, gets knocked off, and his Popko came in. Zach Cohen trying to settle things down a little bit for Boston University. Here's Gilroy up to his own bench over the center line, dumping it in, changing on the fly. The Terriers get some fresh legs out there. Milan will play it behind the net. 3 minutes 45 seconds gone here in the second period. Colby Cohen getting it started up the ice, up to the blue line. Tried to dump it in and couldn't. Watson now keeps it away from pressure. And the Minutemen started up again. Wes Becker leaving it for Watson, who starts up. Now back to Davis. Bevis got it across to the far side. Wes Becker sent it in. And we'll have a whistle. Offside the call. We'll take a break with a 3-0 UMass lead here at home against the top-ranked team in the nation.
Three nothing. Here we're back at the goal. Shot to the net, and just winning the one-on-one battles for UMass there. Both Lecomte and Hobbs hacking away at it. Either one could have got it, but the key to that play is they both beat their man to the net to attack that rebound.
And we've got a goalie change, as you can see. Grant Rollheiser stepping in relief of Kieran Milan. Milan took a 15-game unbeaten streak into the night with 13 wins and 2 ties. Rollheiser, 4 wins, 4 losses on the season, a draft pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Early in the season, the 2 freshmen were rotating, and then a little injury to Rollheiser, and Milan became out of this world and took the job. Milan with 12 saves tonight on 15 shots.
You know, that's a wake-up call for the whole bench, just not the goaltending crew. It's like, hey, we're switching up. Let's go. Let's wake up. Let's get into the game here and start helping out.
For Milan, only the 5th time rather in 24 games that he's given up 3 or more goals in a game. And you can see early on they were just coming in waves. A penalty now coming up against UMass. So down 3-0, the Terriers going to get a chance to try to get something going on the power play. And in 2 power play opportunities tonight, their main advantages look pretty good.
They've had quality chances, but now they need to cash in here to get back into this ball game.
Hooking is the call at 4:53 of this second period. As we said, 3rd power play of the game for the Boston University Terriers. Chase Landgraf in the box. And Colin Wilson with the puck. Up top, Shattenkirk fires it through, gloved out of traffic by Paul Nant. We'll take a look at that save. Or the penalty.
Just a little tug, caught him up under the arm, and just an awkward looking play. 2 minutes in the box. A big key for BU here. I like what they're doing now. They're trying to get the shot from up top in the middle of the power play with traffic in front, instead of using that half board with the bad angle shot.
One thing UMass has done very well tonight, packing in front of the goalie. They have blocked a ton of shots, especially on the 2 power plays so far tonight.
And the key, Dayton not giving up any second chance opportunities.
As we just saw there, gloving it out of traffic. Alex Berry here will clear it out of the lane of the ice. 5.5 minutes gone. And 1:15 remaining on the power play. Wilson with speed, heading up the far side. Colin Wilson going it alone, up to the doorstep, poked away by the goalie. Yip, sliding it over Shattenkirk. It goes wide, kept alive by McCarthy, and comes through. Shattenkirk shoots it wide, and again, Danton survives. But BU still with the puck here. 51 seconds left on the power play to get it through left side. Save made there. Yip has it. BU relentless pressure right now on the power play. Gilroy getting it over to Yip. Behind the net, Saponara looking for McCarthy. Instead up top, it's Gilroy. Fired through, getting a piece of it was Danton. Bonino on the near side up top. Gilroy into a crowd, blocked there. Gilroy back in, scores! He came all the way in after the shot and buries his own rebound. BU gets on the board.
Just, you know, quality chance after quality chance. UMass just packing it in. You can see just packed in, throwing the bodies at it, but just packed in a little too much. A little rebound, the first, second chance really opportunity BU gets. Gilroy cashes in on his own rebound.
Matt Gilroy getting his 7th goal of the season, 4th on the power play. Boston University hasn't lost a game this season when Gilroy gets a point. We'll see if they can keep that streak going. They would have to overcome their biggest deficit. Stage their biggest comeback of the season. 3-1 now, UMass with the lead and looking for more. Goal lights on as UMass banging away. Didn't see a signal from the referee.
That was a hometown guy on the light there, TC. The puck was nowhere near going in. But excellent work coming out of a goal. What you want coming out of a goal against is a terrific shift, and they got it there. No, nothing there.
Penalty at the end of it. Eric Greiba goes to the box. You talked about itchy trigger fingers on the face-off circle. Well, maybe you got him in the goal judge circle too.
Little hometown judge in there. But an excellent shift coming out of a goal by UMass, answering that goal by BU. Just a hard-working shift, and it leads to a power play.
So it'll be a left wing circle draw. Discussion going on. Corey Quirk, one of the captains over to talk to the referee. I think he was asking about a possible replay, and I think the referee's saying, no, you see the puck the whole way. There's the slash that sends Greiba to the box.
He shortened up like a golfer there, and that's a sure sign when you put your hands together. A cue for a referee to call that one.
Minutemen win the faceoff. Wellman controls it near side. Plays it down low, then heads to the net.
49.
Marcoux sends it back up top. Now James Marcoux has it behind the net. Curled off his backhand. Irwin just able to keep it in. Marcoux with it, quickly to Wellman. Tries to get it back down to the Minutemen leading scorer. Irwin fires that one into a crowd, cleared by Connolly just out the center ice. McCarthy joins the penalty kill. Wellman gains the line for UMass. Out behind the net, good effort there by Wellman to get a piece of a clearing attempt. As Shattenkirk try to hard clear, Wellman down on the puck now. Irwin keeps it in. Wellman losing the handle, braces for the hit, skates it out of the corner, stolen there by Connolly. Boston University with 8 shorthanded goals on the season. McCarthy backhand on net. Dayton makes the save. Irwin tried to skate it up, but McCarthy staying with the play well, poked it away, and BU clears.
Great work by McCarthy there. Great long stick work, getting in the passing lanes in the offensive zone, and great skating. Wheeling down, killing some time. Great job by McCarthy on the PK there.
BU out shooting UMass 5-4 here in the second period, 18-13 in the game. Still 20 seconds to go on the UMass power play. UMass over one in the power play coming into this man advantage, but they scored right after the power play came to an end last time out. Braun had that one blocked, kept in by LeCompte. He passes back to Braun and hops off his stick, comes out to neutral ice, and that'll end the penalty. Higgins comes out. Joining the battle, Yip now. Carrying it up the center, work. Takes it away, gets it to LeCompte. LeCompte tried to fire the slap shot. It was blocked by Brian Strait, the junior defenseman out of Waltham and the U.S. National Development Team. Brandon Yip able to carry it up to the blue line, dump in, he'll come off at the end of the shift. Nolay out behind the net, trying to keep it away. Brown Wilson, they're battling. Lawrence in there to help out as well. Up top to Greiba. Pass to his left. Warsofsky all the way around, turns, sends it. Dayton got a piece of it and hopped up over the crossbar. Jason Lawrence getting it down to Wilson. Wilson setting up behind the net. In the office, as it were. Hard forecheck to keep it in. BU trying to keep it in the offensive zone, but it's taken out now. Skating up is Brian Kane. Kane goes in hard after it, but the Terriers control. Just beyond the midway point of regulation here. Greiba with some space, takes it all the way in. Big slapper there, blocked by Westbecker. Trying to come back out the other way is Alex Barrett. Covered up by Rohiser, and he holds on. Boston University. Well, thank you very much. We're happy to be here. A 3-1 lead for UMass over Boston University. Time to answer your Ask the Expert question, brought to you by Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. They call it the Zoo here at the Mullins Center. So our question is from Sean in Billerica, who has the biggest home ice advantage come playoff time?
Well, home ice advantage is a great thing to have. The best advantage of home ice is you probably have the horses, number one. But number two, a place like Northeastern Matthews Arena with the crowd hanging over the team and being loud. And also for me, seeing a place like UNH where the ice surface is so large and it's something they're very familiar with is also a huge advantage. But the key to home ice is because you win. And why do you win? Because of the horses. And they got the talent. So
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Better teams have home ice advantage, so they tend to win more often because they are the better teams. It's obviously Boston University in second place in the hockey standings right now, despite the top-ranked position in the nation. Still trailing Northeastern in the hockey standings. University of Vermont, another place where the fans are right on top of you, and they will have the gut, as it were, banged out and ready. UNH right now holding on to home ice advantage as well. UMass Lowell still not out of that home ice picture. 2 points back. Rollheiser coming back behind the net, running into trouble. Popko comes in, helps him out, and the net in a big collision comes off its mooring.
I think this is a case of a bouncy puck and a goaltender who hasn't had much work in being in the game situations lately. And it just kind of bounced on him. He chunked it up and got away with it, thankfully, for the BU Terriers and Coach Parker. But, you know, you haven't been involved in a lot of game action. Those are the little things you're not used to playing in an away rink. You didn't get a lot of work in it. You're a little cold coming off the bench, and those things occur.
Popko, the latest to be waved out of the circle. Now Joe Pereira will step in. Pereira back in the lineup tonight. Missed the last 4 games battling an infection, but ready to go tonight. Off the rebound, Marco tried to slip home the backhander. Gets hit by Shattenkirk, knocks him off the puck and comes away. It's Zach Cohen. Up on the left side, Cohen going in. Pereira getting down deep. Penalty coming up against UMass. As Barry skates away, we'll see what the call is. 8:57 remaining, and it'll be BU heading back to the power play for the 4th time tonight as Alex Barry going back to get his glove, and he's heading to the penalty box.
Well, I think it's one of those keys we said is the BU defenseman activating here, jumping into the play, and Barry has that 4th back checker. Whoa.
The call was before that collision,
it was before.
though. Yeah,
I think it was
obstruction interference.
The BU defenseman, I don't know what number we got there, jumping up in the play, trying to join the rush, and Barry tugged him down a little bit. I think that's the call we're talking about.
The interference call will send him to the box and send BU back to the power play. 1 for 3. Just got their goal on their last power play. Chance to close the gap a little bit here, make it a 1-goal game. Terriers controlling it up top. It's Gilroy. He fires the shot high, bouncing rebound, taken behind the net. Bonino has it.
Getting a lot of offense right out of the middle up top here.
Gilroy getting it over to Yip. Yip sending it behind the net. Sepenari had it bounce away from Gilroy on the pass. Gilroy's going to go all the way back to get it.
That's what they're looking for. Gilroy in the middle, rotating up top and getting in the middle and trying to get offense from there.
Gilroy with some speed here as he gains the line, heading into the offensive zone. There's Gilroy. Turns and sends it over to his right. Bonino fires it. Looking at that top right corner off the shoulder of Dan. Yip on the far side, trying to shield it away from Quirk. UMass able to get to the puck and clear. 50 seconds still to go on the BU power play. 7:43 our time remaining. In the second period, each team with a goal in this period. A 3-1 lead for UMass. Lawrence into the offensive zone now, gaining deep space on the left circle side. Wilson circling it around up top, taking it back, the right circle. Is it down low from a tough angle? That one went wide. Wilson gets it back near circle. Tried to force it through. Virtue got a piece of it. By virtue of that, it went wide. Waiting all night for that. Puck behind the net. They get it over to Wilson. Wilson up top. Cohen had to settle it down. Now Shattenkirk. The final seconds of the power play winding down, but BU still with the puck here. Higgins shielding the puck with his body. Wilson cuts back down low. Heads up behind the net, plays it out in front. Westbecker clears it to the far boards, but not out of the zone. Shattenkirk sending it around behind the net. UMass trying to clear, hemmed in on the far boards. Wilson read that play well, but it's taken over near side. Played up and out by Brett Watson. Let's take a timeout. 6.5 minutes remaining here in period number 2. BU trailing by 2 here at UMass. Well, Don Toot Cahoon's team coming 110 minutes deep into the championship game that night in 2004. 121 combined shots on goal. I know because I called them all. That's a clip from the new Hockey East 25th anniversary DVD available at hockeyeast.com. Hockeyeastonline.com, beg your pardon. A tremendous game, one of the great hockey games at any level. Triple overtime, the longest game in history, a championship game that neither team was ready to give up on. And in the end, after that sparkling opportunity for UMass, it was UMaine winning it in the third overtime. There will not be 3 overtimes tonight, that much we know. But will there be 3 goals for BU? They'll need at least that if they're to keep their unbeaten streak going. They've got 1, down by 2 here, 6 minutes remaining in this second period. Penalty coming up here as good pressure for Boston University will give them another chance on the power play.
UMass is playing with fire right now, continuing to put this potent BU power play out there.
Hook and call on Virtue at the 14:06 mark.
Just great puck control and cycling in the corner by BU, and there he is, little tug up into his chest. In this era of hockey, that's an automatic call.
Puck comes back to Matt Gilroy, 5th power play of the game for Boston University. They got 1 power play goal so far, and they have looked very good on the man advantage. Left side, Yip teed it up, save made, Danton rebound covered up.
Danton looking really sharp, going side to side on that puck dive down to the half board. He's making a lot of quality saves on that and making them look easy. BU has been getting most of their quality chances in action from the up top man in this diamond.
23 saves so far for Paul Danton. A lot of them coming on the power play. That's where BU is right now, and Gilroy with the puck again. Up top, one-timer scores! Great puck movement. Gilroy gets his 2nd of the game, and it's a 1-goal game now.
Tremendous puck movement there. Great little one-touch. And like I said, from the top of the key, just good puck movement, good puck control. Gilroy, little give and go with Bonino. And this is where they're getting all their offense from, right up top, and Gilroy bangs it home. The key to that is that little one-touch to create a shooting lane for Gilroy, and he buried it.
8 goals for Gilroy now on the season, 5 on the power play, including both of his goals tonight. But now it's Marcoux knocked down, Barry with a shot in front, and penalty coming up against Boston University. Danton out of the net, extra skater on, now the whistle blows, and it'll be UMass with a chance on the power play here. Just the 3rd power play of the game for the University of Massachusetts as Colby Cohen heads to the box.
Going to the net, little cross check on Marcoux, and they're in the box. They've really responded after BU's goals with quality shifts, creating power plays, but now they have to answer the BU power play with one of their own.
Hitting from behind, the official penalty. Bonino McCarthy assisting on Gilroy's goal, so 2 assists from each of those 2 men tonight. It is a 1-goal game now as Boston University tries to stage its biggest comeback of the season. Puck just out of the reach of Langerap as he tries to get after it. Goes in hard. Gilroy gets there first, able to clear it past Irwin. All the way back to the goaltender who comes out to play. Out behind the net, Justin Braun starts it up. That'll come back out with 1:25 remaining on the power play, 4:31 remaining in the game. You see Toot Cahoon, we said earlier this season, becoming the winningest coach in UMass history. He did it on December 12th. Won his 300th career game as a coach a week earlier than that, including his time at Princeton, Norwich University. He led Princeton to its first ever ECAC championship and NCAA appearance, led UMass to its first ever NCAA appearance, Division I. A 21-win season 2 years ago for UMass. And made it to the quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament. 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this second period. Still 55 seconds to go on the power play as BU tries to get control to clear. Instead, UMass able to get after it. Quirk laid it over to the far side of the pump. Nice cutback to bring it back in deep. Now Quirk getting back in there. And they work it up top. Over to Perry on the near side. One-timer from the far side. Actually hit off Quirk and then was cleared by Connolly. Dayton came out and played it all the way up on the far side for Bevis. Dover Bevis has a goal and an assist for UMass in this game. Cleared out by BU. And final 12 seconds winding down on the power play. Danton's got to keep it away from Jason Lawrence. And it'll be UMass trying to rush up the ice one last time on the man advantage. Wilson breaks up the pass. Now Jason Lawrence reels it in. We're back to even strength. He goes down, but Wilson dumps in. Tried to get it over to Higgins. Instead, it'll be taken by Markey behind the net. Wilson. Good stick handling there. Shattenkirk down low. Scores! Jason Lawrence taps it in. BU has come all the way back to tie this game at 3.
Just tremendous, tremendous skill shown on that goal. BU with some terrific talent, and you're seeing it here. Just a lovely puck possession play by Wilson. Little sass over to Shattenkirk, who finds Lawrence sitting on the pipe for an easy tap in. Beautiful, 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 beautiful skill play by everyone in that play.
And 8,000 plus have gone awfully quiet here at the Mullins Center, as this place was getting loud with a 3-0 UMass lead, but the Terriers have clawed their way back. 2 power play goals by Matt Gilroy, and now an even strength goal for Jason Lawrence, making this a whole new game. 3-3 our score. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Tim Thomas and the Boston Bruins look to continue their winning streaks tomorrow afternoon in the matinee matchup with Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals at the TD Bank North Garden. Catherine Tappan, Harry Peterson, Gordon Kluzak get the action started on WB Mason. Bruins face-off live at 12:30. Plenty of hockey tomorrow on Nesson. We're back at it tomorrow night up at the University of New Hampshire, taking on the Merrimack Warriors. That game at last check 2-1. UNH was leading that. There's Wellman getting it over to Braun on the far side. UMass now has to avoid the deflation of watching BU come all the way back. Got to get back after the style of play they took for the first 25 minutes of this game. Final 2 minutes of this second period as Braun got it back. And now it's dumped in on the far side by TJ Siner. BU takes it back, brings it right back up the ice. Vinny Saponari gains the line, working wide. Sending it behind the net. Chris Connolly. Saponari now behind the net. Tries to bring it out in front to get a forehand shot away. Nice move there as Trevino turned and sent it back towards the front of the net. Crowd starting to come to life now, trying to implore the Minutemen to get it going again. Dayton with the save there. High. Bouncing rebound. As it went in, but it was waved off right away. And it'll come all the way back out. Whistle had been blown for icing already, and Jack Parker not happy about it. Well, what was the call?
I don't know. I think it might have been a high stick action.
There was no goal. It was directed in with the hand.
Oh.
Well, that could be why.
Little hand in by Trevino, I think, there. A quick no-goal call by the referee.
1:18 the time remaining. Jack Parker still not happy about it. At center ice, Luke Popko couldn't get to it. UMass trying to get a lead again into the dressing room. Alex Perry gets after his own dump in there. With 1 minute remaining, Boston University settles it down. Puck brought out the center ice. Popko had it stolen and dumped in. Now straight gets it back up. Herrera couldn't handle it. Marku got a piece of it. No icing as Nole gets after it. And UMass starts up ice. Perry from the blue line. Testing Rollheiser, he holds on. So the goalie change and BU responding. So often that's a message to the team, more so to the goaltender, and a chance to try to light a spark. It appears to have done that to the Terriers tonight.
You called that right on the head, TC. It's not directed at the goaltenders. It's more directed at the whole bench, trying to wake everyone up. And tonight, great move by Coach Parker. It woke them up.
Braun kept it in just inside the blue line. It was blocked and it comes back out. Braun has it. Bag in his own end. Shattenkirk hustling back to get it. Cohen taking it there. Boston University with 3 unanswered goals, rallying, and now Colby Cohen all alone over the crossbar in a sprawling Danton. And wouldn't that have taken the life out of the Mullins Center here as Boston University tried to get the lead in the final seconds of the period.
Great patience by Wilson and great patience by Cohen. A little deflection puts it up ahead, but there you go. It's that activation of the defense. BU gets quality chances from it, and it got him back into this ballgame.
2 of the 3 goals have come from a defenseman. Gilroy Lawrence getting the other. We are tied up at 3 after 2 periods of play here in Amherst. For now, we go back to our SNHD Television Center. Check in with Bob Ayers and Brendan Walsh. Guys. Welcome back to the Mullins Center as the Boston University Terriers have stormed back from a 3-0 deficit. Take a 3-3 tie game now into the 3rd period. We showed Chase Wheeler before. Show my son up there, Jack, with his buddy Bo watching this. A couple of Framingham Junior Flyers watching Tucahoon's team. I saw the guy with the elf suit in the montage. I'm not sure if they thought it'd be Christmas coming earlier to the Mullins Center with a 3-0 lead, but the Terriers have done their best Scrooge impersonation here to ruin the Friday night. And you know, this was at the end of the 2nd period. We're going to look back at both coaches were coming out to have a word with the referee. First, Jack Parker had a word or two. Then Tucahoon came over. Then Jack Parker didn't want to let the other coach have the last word, so he comes back over. So then Toot goes back in. And then I love this moment. He finally calls him back over. And, of course, they were on the bench together for so many years at BU. And so, yeah, put your arms around each other and spend a couple minutes working the officials. I love it. But make no mistake, there were no smiles and laughs in the dressing room. 3-3 tie. These 2 coaches want their teams ready to go in the 3rd period. That's an amazing stat. You've talked so much about activating the defensemen. Virtually all their shots are coming from the defensemen, or at least getting started from the defensive end of the ice.
Yeah, I think if you'd ask Coach Cahoon, they need a better job by their 3rd and 4th and their 5th back checker picking up their defensemen coming back into the zone, because they're getting so much offense out of that position. and stay out of the box.
Right, and then
BU's power play smoking right now.
No question. Score! That's Jason Lawrence, his second of the game. A bullet from just inside the blue line. 27 seconds in. BU has its first lead of the game.
Excellent, excellent play by their star here, Wilson. Little move, pull up, buy in a little time, which is the key there. Lawrence rolls out, little one-timer, little screen, back of the net. Excellent job by Wilson, cradling that puck and then pulling up and buying time. And Lawrence with the dynamite finish.
Well, 27 seconds into this third period, the Terriers are on top. Wilson getting his second assist on Lawrence's second goal of the night. And this large crowd has suddenly gotten very quiet here at Amherst. Colby Cohen had it blocked. Now Shattenkirk on net. Dayton holds on tight. So the Terriers have come out storming here in the third period of play. They have scored most of their goals, well, more goals than any other period in the third. 43 goals now in the third period this season for Boston University. They wear teams down because they just keep coming at you over the long 60 minutes. Shattenkirk back after it, gloved out of the air by Westbecker. Boston University coming into the game with a goal differential, scoring 1.78 more goals a game than their opponents. That's the best goal differential in the country. They're the only team in the nation in the top 5 offensively and defensively. Now Marcoux tried to get away. We'll have a penalty call as he got hooked. Trying to break up the middle. A slash will be the call. And so after giving up a goal, they'll go up a man to try to get it back right there.
Nice little dish up the middle. Marcoux in alone, loses a puck, but gets hacked on his way towards the goal. Puts UMass on the power play, and they need something out of this, TC.
And I got to stem the tide somehow. Fourth power play of the game. They haven't scored on the man advantage yet. Just one shot in 6 minutes of power play time. We'll get a shot here as I have to go all the way back up the ice to get that clear.
As we always talk, power play and penalty kill is huge momentum changes out there. UMass on the power play needs to get something out of it. Some chances, some action, some life to build for the end of the period, and hopefully a goal for them to get this knotted up.
Wellman trying to get back in there after a James Marcoux there, knocked down, but he got the puck deep. While he's flying here is Marcoux. Tried to drag it around Sapinari. Sapinari broke it up, and Connolly tried to clear, but a great effort there by Irwin. Now on a second effort, Sapinari clears. The ongoing improvement of the Boston University penalty kill has been one of their great success stories of the season. At one point, back in November, they were 35th in the nation, but since then have killed off 125 of 137 penalties, power plays they have faced. They are now 5th in the country and just continue to rise. Langrau getting it back. Bevis with the shot, save made Rollheiser. Braun sliding it across for Ern again. That was blocked right in his face by Popko. Shorthand opportunity for Gilroy. The defenseman puts on the brakes, then flips it over to Yip on the left side. Gilroy comes off at the end of a long shift. Nick Bonino out in front. Didn't quite stay with it. Good effort there by Langrap to get it out of the zone.
Right now, BU is just outworking them, beating to the puck everywhere on the ice, winning the little battles.
(30-16), BU out shooting UMass in this game. Both shots in this third period. Down in the right-hand corner. There's battle for it there, and it comes up and out of play with still 16:24 remaining here in the period. SBL Live, the no-nonsense life insurance company, wants to know who you think will win this year's Hockey East tournament. Visit SBLI.com/icepick to vote and register to win 2 great tickets to the Hockey East Championship. (16:24) as we set our time remaining. Gilroy with a pair, Lawrence with a pair. A 4-3 lead for BU. They had trailed UMass 3-0. 1 minute into the second period. It's been all Terriers since.
Getting outworked right now. That power play, they got nothing out of it. The better chance is probably by Boston University. Just getting outworked to the puck, getting outmanned. You got to work harder on the power play, and they did not show it on that one.
That one got through and turned aside over to the near boards. Higgins plays it out. Here's Lawrence. Cuts back, scores! A natural hat trick for Jason Lawrence and a 5-3 lead for the Terriers.
Now this is one Dayton would like to have back here. It's a one-on-one wide, pulls up, loses his stick, and a bad angle shot that just finds a hole. A lovely move, but it's really one a goaltender's got to have on that angle. Just finds a hole under his arm, I believe. It's one he'd like to have back.
Jason Lawrence with 3 straight goals, the first hat trick of his career. 19 goals on the season now for the senior out of Saugus. Came into the night with 6 game-winning goals and is in line to make it 7.
The key to that goal, the man did have him covered his body, but he had a loose stick. No one on his stick on that, and he able to fire a bad angle shot and in.
The Terriers have absolutely come back with a vengeance here. Down 3-0 in the first minute of the second period. The UMass crowd here at the Mullins Center erupting, and the Terriers have just been taking control of this game as it's gone on since that moment. Looking for more here as John McCarthy carries it up along the boards. Knocked into the boards. Puck taken away, cleared out to center ice. Griva settles it down. Bonino gains the line with Yip. You've had it broken up. And taken out by Braun. Braun over center, flipping it to his left. LeCompte into the corner. Now with the puck behind the net, stripped away, taken away there. And played up on the near boards by Trevino.
Sometimes, TC, your shot totals don't mean a lot, but in this game I think we see that they do. BU with a lot more shots, but a lot more quality shots.
Now they have a 5-3 lead here with 5.5 minutes or so gone in this third period. As we talk college hockey tonight, we'll be talking baseball on Sunday. Grapefruit League action continues. During a Sunday afternoon, the Red Sox return to Hammond Stadium to face the Minnesota Twins live at 1 o'clock. Nessa's Spring Break, brought to you by Jordan's Furniture, continues Sunday at 1 o'clock. A key game in the Mayor's Cup, CJ. You don't want to give that away. 2-time defending Mayor's Cup champion Boston Red Sox.
Well, I saw my Eagles were giving them a game the other day. They kind of folded up in the late innings there. They got to their bullpen.
Had that 1-0 lead for a while. They were hanging on to it.
A wonderful tradition. I read a great article on that. It's difficult in any other sport to have that, but it's such a thrill for those kids to be able to do that.
Yeah, they get Northeastern tomorrow. Here it's Boston University and UMass in the third period at the Mullins Center. A natural hat trick for Jason Lawrence, his first career hat trick, tapping that one in, and then taking this one from Colin Wilson, and then from a tough angle, making it the hat trick as he and the Terriers have stormed back. Talked about all the offense coming from the defensemen. Well, the Offensive-minded Jason Lawrence. Wanted to make sure we didn't forget about him. 19 goals now, tied for second most in Hockey East.
Just the momentum of the power plays tonight has been a huge key. Got BU back into the ball game, got their momentum going, got their confidence up, and they've just continued rolling downhill.
These two teams go at it again at the Ganis Arena tomorrow night, the back end of the home-and-home series. Final weekend of February and in March towards the Garden is getting tougher. Boston University trying to extend the longest unbeaten streak in the nation. It'll be 13 games with a winner tie tonight. But they've had enough of ties. 3 straight ties, including the 2 against Northeastern last weekend with first place on the line. Pocket center ice, Westbecker dumps it back in. Boston University settling it down. It has been a remarkable season for the Terriers, to say the least. Just 1 loss going all the way back to November 22nd. So 1 loss since Thanksgiving. Quickest ever to 20 wins on the season. They've already far surpassed last year's wins total. Most goals scored in Hockey East, fewest goals allowed, just a dominating season. Having said all that, they have not been able to catch the Northeastern Huskies for the top spot in the conference. Beat them in the Beanpot final, 5-2, tying 2 games last weekend. Wouldn't it be something if they see each other again at the Garden? BU rolling in, looking for more here. Save made there. A straight jumped into the rush. Now it's a UMass defenseman, Braun, coming in. The shot off the blocker. Rollizer. Everybody collides into the BU net. And Colin Wilson. Little frontier justice there behind his goaltender. It was Marcoux down at the bottom of that. The 2 top scorers in Hockey East getting into it behind the net. We'll see how they sort this one out. It looked like that initial penalty called on Wilson. Wilson already in the box. Another BU Terrier heading in there as well, although that could be for a second penalty on Wilson. Two captains out there discussing it with the referees. That's the initial penalty, and then as we told you, Wilson dumping Marcoux behind the net. Now you get a look at it. They have 4 minutes up on the board for Colin Wilson, which would be the double minor.
I'm going to give them a compliment, the referees, on that one. They got Wilson for both his little run-throughs, and they just squashed the other one for what we thought, 4 minutes on Wilson.
Assuming there are matching penalties for the roughing, which is why you have a UMass player in there, the end result is it'll be a 4-minute power play, or a pair of 2-minute power plays for the Minutemen. This will be their 5th power play officially. And they'll get the offensive zone draw to start it. All this happening at 7:33 of this third period. A little early in this third period to say do or die time, but they really haven't had anything going on the power play. And now with 4 minutes up there, really a crucial juncture if UMass is going to try to stem the tide, get back in this game.
I will say it, TC. This is the ball game right here. They got 4 minutes to make something happen here. They need to pot one to sneak back into this.
And you can see, well, it was 2-0 after one period, and then UMass scoring their third goal at the start of the second period. Matching penalties to Zach Cohen and James Marcoux, hitting after the whistle as that all kind of boiled over after they collided with the goaltender. But the 2 penalties to Wilson leading to a 4-minute power play. Here's a short-handed opportunity for you, but a big save there from Dayton. A crucial one to keep his team with a chance here. Good effort there to keep it in the zone as UMass came in hard. TJ Siner got a piece. Now it's cleared by BU.
Getting beat to the puck here on this power play again. The puck pursuit isn't there. They're not getting a second, not getting that third man on the puck. And BU doing a terrific job screening out there.
Dayton comes out to play it, leaves it there. Is coming around as Justin Braun, the defenseman. Starts up the ice. 1 minute, 10 seconds gone in the first power play. Glove down, but not kept in as Irwin now has to turn and dump it in. So not an opportunity yet for UMass to even set up the power play in the zone. Here Braun has it, will try to do just that. Passes to his right to Wellman, gets it back, one-timer, sails wide to the left. Irwin keeps it in. We've got a penalty back behind the play. Interference call against UMass, and that will negate the power play for the Minutemen. Wilson's still in the box for those 2 penalties, and apparently Wilson got laid out pretty good by Alex Berry before that collision at the net, so maybe that carrying over with a little bit of the frustration. Here's a look.
Wow, just a nice solid check. Shoulder into chest, like you draw it up on the instructor film. Just a beautiful, beautiful finish by Barry there.
But Hobbs with the interference call, 10:50 remaining, 9:10 of the period. 2 minutes up, that'll bring you down to 23 seconds remaining on the penalties to Wilson.
2 minutes for obstruction.
Plenty of open ice here. The big ice surface to begin with. 4-on-4 they will skate.
2 minutes for obstruction.
Hobbs in the box.
Man-on-man coverage here at TC. This is huge. You're going to really see BU's defensemen try and activate and join the rush and make it an odd-man rush. 4-on-4,
yeah.
man-on-man defensively.
Shot from Braun up top. Chipped away, and a penalty coming up here as Higgins tried to make something happen, got tripped in the eyes of the officials, and now it'll be a power play for Boston University. Nole heads to the box.
It's a tough call on Nole. Just stepped on a stick, but it looked bad. And they put him in the box, and this is a key kill here. A 4-on-3 with all this skill for BU. Very dangerous on this power play.
And Cahoon trying to control his own emotions on the bench. Down by 2 goals. They had a 4-minute power play, and that has quickly become a BU power play. 4-on-3, not something you practice very often. So more open ice, to say the least, as Benino brings it in. Colby Cohen over to Shattenkirk. Cohen had it deflected high up into the netting. 9:47 time remaining. Still 58 seconds remaining on the initial penalty, the penalty to Hobbs. And then we'll go 4-on-4 for a bit. Northeastern with a shutout win at home against UMass Lowell, so the Huskies will stay the top dogs in the conference for another day. Moving on to Saturday, the final day of February. New Hampshire holding on to win over Merrimack 4-3. Merrimack beating the Wildcats earlier this season. Vermont beating Maine 3-2. And Boston College Jerry York really trying to get his Eagles to finish the season on some kind of roll. A big 5-1 win over Providence College tonight. Boston University now setting it up. 4-on-3, the power play. Shattenkirk's shot never got through. Blocked and cleared by Braun.
Terrific block by Braun being in the shooting lane there.
Still 20 seconds on the 4-on-3 power play. And then it'll be about 20 seconds of 4-on-4, then about 15 seconds of 5-on-4. Connolly touches over to Gilroy. Gilroy sliding over to his right. Warsofsky scores! 6 unanswered goals by Boston University. 3 on the power play.
Just great composure by Gilroy here, getting what he wanted. Moving the top of the triangle, and it just picks the corner by Wasowski. Beautiful goal to pop him up by 6. Specialty team's been a huge game changer tonight. The key to that play is Gilroy getting what he wanted, taking his time, showing patience, and a great finish by Wasowski.
Should be Gilroy's 3rd point of the night as well, with 2 goals and an assist. Warsofsky now getting his 3rd goal. His last 3 points have been goals after he started his collegiate career with 14 assists. He hadn't scored a goal until earlier this month. He came into February without a goal, and since then now 3 goals in the month of February, including a short-handed goal in the Beanpot final against Northeastern. Gilroy had another assist as well, so apparently he's got, we've been having a lot of changes on the assists as the night goes on, so we'll sort it all out for you after. What we're told after the goal ends up getting changed as the night goes on, so he got added an assist somewhere, not on my sheet, but on the one that matters. Sorting out the penalty minute situation here, as that was a 4-on-3 power play. And now we should be 5-on-4 power play for UMass, a short one, 10 more seconds. The 2nd penalty to Wilson, but the killer here, obviously, with the 2 penalties with Wilson in the box. He had a chance on the power play to maybe get one back and make it a 1-goal game instead. 2 penalties, all of a sudden you're down a man, you give up another power play goal.
The momentum just swings right away. They had 1 chance and then a penalty, then another. Momentum goes the other way, and BU cashes in and cashes out this game.
And UMass cranks up the offense once again. They were held to tight games the last 3. 5 goals scored over the last 3 games, but coming in here against this UMass team, BU has opened it up tonight with 6 goals to flex that offensive muscle. It'll be the 5th time this month they score 5 or more goals in a game. And the 6 matching their 3rd highest total of the season. And there's still 8 minutes, 3 seconds to go here in this 3rd period. But the Mullen Center starting to empty out now as disappointed UMass fans head for the exits. What a dramatic turnaround after the first 21 minutes of the game when UMass had forged a 3-0 lead, chasing Kieran Milan, who had an unbeaten streak of 15 games coming into the night. Since then, Grant Rollheiser has stepped in, and Boston University stepped on the gas. The big hits out behind the net. Puck comes free, taken by John McCarthy. Tries to clear, is knocked down by Wellman. McCarthy trying to battle through the checks there. Sean Saunders can't get it clear. The shot came in just wide of him. Up top it comes. Shattenkirk, Colby Cohen, back to Shattenkirk. He's got to settle it down. Sends it in deep. Under 7 minutes to go in this third period of play. A dominating 2 periods by Boston University after they've been outplayed in that first period.
If you've ever seen a goalie change make a huge difference, you saw it this evening. It woke up the whole bench of BU. I think Jackie P had a little chat with them when they changed it up. And they came out firing, and it's been a different ballgame ever since.
No question about that. And again, the offense spread out as it's been for this team all year. 3 different goal scorers tonight. Lawrence with the hat trick, Gilroy with a pair. Warsofsky adding a goal just now. Got 11 different players with 16 or more points, tied for the most in the nation. They come at you in waves. As we said, the third period has been especially successful for Boston University. 3 more goals in this third period, now outscoring teams 45-19 in the third period, more than a 2-1 margin. Trevino trying to add to that. Getting it to Connolly, the freshman. Backhand save made. Danton. UMass able to take it out. Kublin overskated, stays with the play nicely, and Markku gets it. James Markku, the sophomore, in front. Batted away by Rollheiser, and kind of bouncing around in the front of the net. Connolly now playing it down deep, had it broken up. Out behind the net. Trevino forechecking, no lay. Got it up to the blue line. UMass with less than 5 minutes to go, trying to get one back. Boston University with a 6-3 lead. Gains control of the puck on a redirect here, coming back over behind the net. It'll be Corey Trevino settling it down, and waiting behind the net is David Warsofsky. Terriers not in any rush now. 4:20 the time remaining. We will take a break as the Terriers, with 6 unanswered goals, looking to extend their unbeaten streak to 13 and be the longest in the nation. With the hat trick, but don't forget about Matt Gilroy, the defenseman, with a 4-point night, 2 goals and 2 assists, and his 2 power play goals. What got this team on the board and started the comeback. We told you at that time they haven't lost a game when he scores a point this year. That trend appears on the verge of continuing.
Just did a wonderful job settling everything down, controlling that power play, getting what they wanted, which was shots from up top, which he controlled. He just has played a wonderful game and really turned the tide for Boston University this evening.
Yeah, we told you he's the only player in the nation that's been an All-American each of the last 2 years. If he is named a first or second team All-American again this year, he'd be just the 3rd player in Boston University history. And you think of all the great players who have come through BU, he would be just the 3rd to be a 3-time All-American, the first since Chris Drury back in 1998. And this is a guy who sort of had to wink and nudge and nod his way onto campus as a defenseman because he was a forward. And they said, yeah, too bad. We could really use a defenseman. Oh, I play defense, coach. And you know what? He plays it pretty well and does a great job using his offensive skill to spring up into the rush. Such a great skater. You know, we talked about that. The ability to skate back to your position. He not only knows when to join the rush, but he can take some chances because with his speed, he can recover if that chance doesn't work out.
You know, another key to his play and being on this team and being a leader is he's teaching these other young defensemen they have how to play that game of jumping into the play, read and reacting, getting back. I mean, you have a freshman, Warsofsky, who is excellent at it. Shattenkirk, a sophomore, really jumps into the play well. Even I'm seeing Brian Strait really jumping into the play now. So it's all coming from Matt Gilroy and his leadership and showing him the way.
Yeah, I mean, Straight and Greiba would be the only two guys that you'd even remotely consider a stay-at-home defenseman. The other four will join the rush at any time. They'll lead the rush at any time. And it really makes it such a potent offensive attack for Boston University. And, you know, even Greiba, with 4 points on the season, all assists, had a 2-assist game against UMass Lowell, his first multi-point game after 97 games of college hockey. So clearly, Greiba keeping an eye on what Gilroy and the rest of that defense core is doing out there. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. A dominating comeback performance by Boston University tonight. Trailing 3-0. They hadn't won a game when trailing by 2 goals this season. Just as we said that, they fell behind by 3 goals. The goal in the first minute of play. Since then, it has been all Terriers. A goalie change, a fire lit, the pilot light came back on for the Terriers, and just like that, 6 unanswered goals. Hat trick for Jason Lawrence, 2 goals, 2 assists for Matt Gilroy, a 2-assist night for Benino, and 2 assists for Colin Wilson as well.
Just a game of where a power play and a penalty kill, you could show the importance of it. BU gets back into the game on the power play. 2 big goals on the power play to get back in it. And right after those power play goals, UMass getting chances on their power play and getting nothing out of it. And I'll tell you, that's the key to the swing and momentum in this game tonight.
That's one of your keys to the game at the start of it all. Closing in on their 24th win of the season, 15th in Hockey East play. As they continue to keep pace with the top-ranked Northeastern Huskies. And these two teams will go at it again tomorrow night on the eastern side of the Mass Pike. We'll move to Boston University for the back end of the home-and-home series that wraps up this month of February. We will head up to New Hampshire as we bring you a double bill of Hockey East action this weekend. And as we will move on to that tomorrow night, tonight, Nesson moves on to Sports Desk with Cole Wright. It's presented by FW Webb, a home of Frank Webb Bath Centers, a trusted part of your remodeling team. Busy days for the Patriots. Mike Vrabel traded to the Chiefs. They appear to be close to officially signing Fred Taylor. It is now official. Meantime, the Celtics host the Pacers. Have an update on the Savard and Lucic injuries and the latest from Red Sox spring training. All that coming up on a busy night for the crew at Sports Desk. Penalty for Lecomte there on hooking, the final minute of play here. Wasn't that an entertaining Bruins win last night? You just hope that Savard and Lucic are going to be okay and ready to go. Power play time again. As Boston University will get back out after it. The final 10 seconds will wind down. The few BU fans on hand will be happy. But the majority of this Mullins Center crowd will head out quietly as the buzzer sounds. 6 unanswered goals for Boston University. Grant Rollheiser will get the win in relief, and the unbeaten streak continues. 13 games without a loss, longest unbeaten streak in the nation, and tonight you saw why.
Just tremendous talent, tremendous skill players, and a great coaching move by the KG veteran, Jack Parker, pulling the goalie, kind of rallying the troops on that, and they came out after that change and just dominated the game.
But they are still 1 point back of the Northeastern Huskies. Meantime, Massachusetts falling 2 points back. We showed you BC with the win over Providence tonight, so the Eagles move 2 points ahead of UMass. BC holding the tiebreaker and tie over UMass. So essentially, the Minutemen are going to have to make up 3 points on the Eagles if they are to move ahead of them in the standings. Now we're back in action tomorrow night, a special Saturday night edition of Hockey East Friday night. Merrimack College heading to the WIT to take on UNH, back end of a home-on-home. A 4-3 win for the Wildcats tonight. Our coverage begins with Hockey East face-off live at 7. followed by the puck drop at 7:30. Hockey East Friday night on Nesson University. New England plays here. Take a look at tonight's SBLI no-nonsense play of the game. How about 3 of them? The hat trick for Jason Lawrence as he gets his 7th game-winning goal of the season right there.
Au naturel, 3 in a row. 3 different ways. A little tap in, a little one-timer, and a little bad angle shot up under the arm. Great game by Mr. Lawrence.
3 for Lawrence, 2 for Gilroy, 6 for the BU Terriers. The top-ranked team in the nation was down but not out. They rally to win it by the final of 6-3. What do the Minutemen have to do to try to bounce back tomorrow night in the other end of the home and home?
Well, I think they got to control their penalties. I mean, it's hard to say that, but try and stay out of the box and try and get their power play going. The whole momentum changed with BU getting some power plays, scoring potting a couple goals, and no answer from UMass's power play. So they need to change those things tomorrow.
In the end, it is Boston University with the win tonight as the UMass Minutemen celebrated their 25th anniversary team in Hockey East, but it was the #1 team in the nation this year that came out on top. For Craig Janney and our entire Nesson crew, I'm Tom Karen saying thanks for watching this presentation of Nesson University. New England plays here. Final score for the final time, BU 6, UMass 3. Tomorrow night, we're up in New Hampshire at Merrimack College. Traveling to UNH, we'll be in Durham. Our coverage begins at 7. For the latest Hockey East news, visit Nesson.com, where New England sports live online. This has been a presentation of Nesson, New England's most watched sports network. Stay tuned for Sports Desk coming your way next.